Hello and welcome. You're watching Unplugged TV India. This is Alice Francis. Let's begin with today's top stories. After Punjab, Aam Aadmi Party is gearing up for Gujarat Assembly polls. Army chopper crashed in North Kashmir, casualties not known. CBSE class 10th 12th date sheet released. Exam to begin from April 26. Kerala government announces rupees 10 crore for students from Sumi return home. Evacuation was challenging, says MEA Minister S. Jaishankar. China declares lockdown amid fresh spike COVID-19 cases. After a historic win in Punjab Assembly elections, the Aam Aadmi Party is all set to launch its plan for the upcoming Gujarat Assembly polls. In a Twitter post on Thursday, the Aam Aadmi Party wrote, "After Delhi and Punjab, now Gujarat wants AAP. In April of this year, the AAP will begin its triangle. In April of this year, the Aam Aadmi Party will begin its Tiranga Yatra in Gujarat. The Yatra will travel through all tehsils and village panchayats and Gujarat's district. Arvind Kejriwal, the AAP's chief ministerial candidate in Punjab, Bhagwat Mann, will shortly visit Gujarat. After assembly elections in the state, the AAP wrested Punjab from the Congress. In Punjab, Arvind Kejriwal's party won 92 of the total 117 seats. An Indian Army Cheetah helicopter crashed on its way to pick up sick BSF personnel in the Beraum area of Gurez sector of Jammu and Kashmir. In the Army Cheetah helicopter crash in Jammu and Kashmir, one pilot has lost his life while the other one is injured. Indian Army officials said the cause of the crash and casualties, if any, was not known immediately. The search parties of the security forces are reaching the snowbound area for the rescue of the chopper crew, according to the sources. The helicopter was about to land but drifted away because of the weather conditions. The crash took place near Gujran Nala in Gurez sector in North Kashmir's Bandipora district. The Central Board of Secondary Education has released a date sheet for Term 2 for Class 10th and 12th board exams on its official website. The exams will commence from April 26. Exams will be held in physical mode. Students will have to wear masks while writing exams. Exams for both 10th and 12th will begin at 10:30 a.m. Students will get 15 minutes of reading time before the exam. Meanwhile, due to the coronavirus pandemic, CBSE has asked parents to ensure that their ward is not sick before appearing for the exams to ensure the safety of other students. The Term 2 exams will be held in a subjective mode. It will be conducted on the remaining 50% of the syllabus. The first half of the syllabus has been covered during the Term 1 exams. The Term 1 result is expected soon and the final result will consist of both Term 1 and Term 2 marks and practicals and internal assessments. VAT on CNG piper natural gas reduced from 13.5% to 3%, says Deputy CM Ajit Pawar as he announces Maharashtra Budget 2022. Maharashtra Finance Minister and Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar on Friday presented Budget 2022 in the Assembly. Pawar, while presenting the budget, said the state will be the first to have a $1 trillion economy. Better health facilities and hospitals for women will be set up in many districts of the state. Rupees 100 crore will be allocated for music universities that will be established at Kalina University in the name of late Bharat Ratna Lata Mangeshkar. Apart from this, the budget also stated that the state government has decided to issue ID cards and ration cards to all transgenders across the state. Pawar said the Maharashtra Bhavan will set up in Navi Mumbai. The External Affairs Ministry S. Jaishankar on Friday informed that Indian students who were stranded in the besieged northeastern Ukrainian city of Sumy arrived in India on special flights. Jaishankar applauded India's Operation Ganga launched to evacuate its citizens from war-hit Ukraine. Indian Air Force aircraft carrying 213 Indian students who were stranded in Ukraine arrived at Hindan Air Base in Ghaziabad, UP, while 2 were Air India flights returned on Friday and arrived in Delhi. Meanwhile, Kerala government has announced rupees 10 crore for students returning from war-torn Ukraine. Kerala Finance Minister K.N. Balagopal has announced rupees 10 crore in the state budget on Friday for students returning from war-torn Ukraine. The funds will help students with their future academic plans, said the minister. On Friday, Balagopal presented the Assembly Budget 2022-2023. Around 3,000 people of the southern state, including students, had been safely returned after being trapped in Ukraine as a result of Russia's incursion. Not only this, but the government will also help out the students to retrieve lost certificates and other important documents so that they can complete their studies in India. Meanwhile, regarding the students' further studies, the minister said, "We'll check into it and we'll make a decision soon. Giving places in colleges is a big issue because there are so many pupils." As far as COVID situation is concerned, China is facing some rough time. On Friday, China reported the largest daily number of coronavirus cases in 2 years, as officials in Shanghai and other major cities increased targeted lockdowns and testing to combat the highly transmissible Omicron variety. Authorities are gradually issuing the use of broad citywide lockdowns in favor of a major tailored response as public dissatisfaction with China's rigorous zero COVID stance grows. Cases of COVID have surpassed 1,000 for the first time since the pandemic began, up from less than 100 just 3 weeks ago. According to the most recent daily official count issued on Friday, there were 1,369 cases spread across more than a dozen regions in China. China's Premier Li to step down next March. China's Premier Li Qiang said on Friday that he will resign when his current term ends in next March. Li has been the premier of China's ruling Communist Party since 2013 and his term is officially restricted to 2 terms. "This is the last year I will be premier," said Li at a party conference this autumn to decide leaders for the next 5 years. President Xi Jinping is anticipated to secure a record-breaking 3rd term as party boss. China's constitution was changed in 2015, removing the 2-term restrictions for presidents. Party leaders have the power to appoint the next premier. South Korea and Japan now to strengthen ties with United States to combat North Korea. Fumio Kishida, the Japanese Prime Minister, and Yoon Suk-yeol, the president-elect of South Korea, announced on Friday that they had decided to strengthen three-way ties with the US in response to North Korea's expanding military threat. Amid Russia's invasion, Kamala Harris flies to Romania to quell migrant issue due to Ukraine's invasion. On Friday, United States Vice President Kamala Harris will go to Romania to discuss the region's rising refugee issue, a day after talks between Ukraine and Russia's foreign minister failed to bring the violence to a halt. In Bucharest, Harris will meet President Klaus Iohannis, her second stop on a 3-day tour of Eastern Europe. Meanwhile, the US, the Group of 7, and the European Union will work to rescind Russia's most favored nation designation in order to put pressure on it to cease the crisis in Ukraine. Thank you for watching Unplugged TV India. If you like the video, please hit like, subscribe and share. This is Alice Francis signing off.